In this video, I'm going to be breaking down this trade that I took during New York. If you guys are not following me on Instagram, definitely check it out, and the free Telegram as well. I literally call everything before I take the trade and pretty much like what I see for the session. So let's get right into it. I'm going to delete all this and I'm going to explain piece by piece why I took the trade and why everything is placed here as you see. So first things first, let's delete everything and then let's get right into it. So the first thing that I draw is the high and lows of days. If we're trading on Monday, the high and low of days is going to be coming from Friday, and it's going to be the highest and lowest point between Frankfurt and New York session. Those are my rules. It cannot be a session from Asia or Tokyo, whatever you want to call it. It has to be from Frankfurt to New York, and it's going to be like this, the highest and lowest point. And I do this on M5. These are the key rules right here. So this is the highest point. This is the lowest point, the low of day right here. And then the previous high and previous low of day is going to be two previous trading days before. Not 2 days, so it's not going to be Saturday. It's going to be two previous trading days. So if we're trading on Monday, it's not going to be Friday. It's going to be Thursday. And same thing, it's going to be the highest and lowest point between Frankfurt and New York. As you guys can see, this is the highest point between these sessions. So this is the previous high of day, and then the previous low of day down here. And you guys are going to see how very, very specific these points are and drawing them correctly, how I'm telling you guys right now. I'm literally giving you guys the sauce right now. I promise you guys that some people will charge you more and they will not even teach you this. So let's get right into it. So after drawing this, let's go to the weekly time frame real quick and highlight the supply that we're coming from. Let me highlight this. Okay, so check this out. This movement right here, this bearish movement to the downside was started right here in the supply. So let's just mark this real quick. And then notice how price has interacted in this zone since we've touched it for the past like 3-4 weeks. Now we're getting a bearish movement. So now that we have this highlighted on the weekly, let's go to the daily real quick just to highlight something. So check this out, this area of demand right here. This was the main target that I've been telling you guys for the past few weeks, this target right here. Notice how on the daily time frame, this area right here gave us this push to the upside into this area of supply. So this area of demand is the one that gave us this push into this zone. So check this out. Notice how we touched this last week. So if we look on the daily, if we look on the H4, notice how this looks. Notice how we touched it here on H4, and then we have this left head, and then it looks like a right shoulder right here, but we're retesting this demand zone right here. This is the main target that I have for price. Notice this area right here. We're about to touch it as we speak in this candle. Notice this area of demand zone that was created on H4 after touching this daily demand zone. So this is why I was taking the sells. I'm gonna break this down even more for you guys. So let me highlight this area of demand. This area of supply right here as well. This area of supply right here. As you guys can see, price used it twice here to touch this area of demand. So let me also draw this real quick right here. So let me show you guys what I see and what I anticipate for price on the bigger picture. We touched this area of demand on the H4 time frame. Now we're pulling back to this H4 area of demand that was created after we touched this area here, and then I anticipate price to pull back up to this area on the daily time frame to continue the sells to the downside. But I was anticipating this movement right here this morning. Let me show you guys. Let me drink some water real quick. Okay, so I'm about to drop a lot of sauce for you guys. A lot of sauce, so sorry about that. Some water in my throat. Alright, so keeping everything in mind that I just told you guys right now, notice this is the H4 target that I have in mind for price to touch to continue to the upside. So if we're trading right here, it looks something like this. Literally like this when I sent my analysis this morning, and I told you guys that this is what I saw. We have this area of supply on M15 right here, this area of supply, and then notice right in the middle of this area of supply, we have this high of day in confluence with it. So that's why I tell you guys it's very important to know how to mark these areas. So notice we have this area of supply created during London, and then we touched it during pre-New York, and we get this movement to the downside. So if we go to M5, this is what we are working with more specifically. We have this area of demand, this area of supply right here. Sorry. We have this area of supply right here that was created after touching this area right here. So I told you guys this morning that it was very likely we're going to see price pull back into this range right here to continue the movement to the downside, with this being the main target right here, this H4 area of demand. So this is what we're anticipating. Price to do this. And then continue to the downside to this area right here. I told you guys I was taking a sell right here. So this is what my sell limit looked like right here. Actually, I closed 1 to 2 like this. 8 pip stop loss. I told you guys that price was going to pull back into this range. I put my 8 pip stop loss just so it covers enough of the supply, and also for price to touch this high of day right here. So notice how this looks like on M15. Look, we have this high of day. We have the supply right here that was touched. We have our M5 supply right here, and then we have the high of day right here. So let's see exactly what price did on M1. Let me fast forward this. All right, so let's see what price did. Today was a bank holiday, so there was literally no volume at all. So we had to wait for Asia session to come in to hit our take profit, but that was fine. So look, notice this. Price, actually let me do this on M5 because today there was no volume, so this is going to take a long time. So notice this, guys. Notice as soon as price touches this high of day, pay attention. I'm gonna actually drop some real sauce for you guys. Notice as soon as price touches this high of day to the pip. That's why I tell you guys it's very important to draw them. How I tell you guys. Notice as soon as price touches this, we get this supply created right here. Our entry is coming from this area right here because honestly, my entry was right here because I don't need to get the perfect entry. With my stop loss covering this range, I know if price pulled back to this area how it did, it was going to be more than enough to cover me. But notice this. I'm going to tell you guys how to get literally the most precise sniper entries. Notice how when price touched this area of supply right here, this high of day, it created this supply on M1, and this is also M15 supply. Check this out. I'm going to show you guys right now. All right, so check this out. All right, notice right here. Price touches it right here one more time, and then you're going to see that price never touches this area again, and then price just continues to the downside later on. So let me delete it from here. Check this out. Notice what I'm telling you guys. Price creates a supply right here, touches it one more time, and then if we stretch this out right here, let me put this on M5 so you guys can see. Notice how literally from this area right here, that's where the volume came in Asia, hitting our take profit. And then you can see that we're almost hitting the main target right now on H4, the one that I'm telling you guys. So more than likely before, maybe not before, but sometime during London, we're going to hit this target here. And I'm anticipating maybe for price to create some type of demand on M5, M15 to give me a confluence to enter in a long position. But yeah, this is definitely super simple, or I try to make it as super simple as possible. Let me go over it one more time. The key things: M15 supply, M5 supply, main target right here on H4, and then price touches this high of day, creating an M1 supply. So either this was a valid entry right here, or this entry right here, and this being the main target right here. I closed honestly at 1 to 2. Most of my trades I closed 1 to 2 because that satisfies me, and me being accurate with at least a 50% win rate, and 1 to 2 more than good. So yeah, definitely what's it called, hopefully you guys were able to pick up some sauce from this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.